Welcome to Penny for Your Shots, conversations and cocktails with brilliant women. I'm your host, Penny Fitzgerald, and I believe the best stories are the ones shared over a glass of wine or a cocktail. Each week, I sit down with women who've said yes to building something meaningful, often after years of putting everyone else first. We talk business, big dreams, and the mess in between. And of course, a few favorite drinks. So grab a glass, get comfy, and let's pour ourselves into Penny for Your Shots. Some relationships don't fall apart in obvious ways. From the outside, they can look fine, even perfect. But inside, something feels off, and you can't quite put your finger on why. Today's conversation with therapist Gina Haras helps name what so many women experience but struggle to explain. We talk about narcissistic abuse, trauma bonding, and why strong, empathetic women so often end up questioning themselves instead of the relationship. And more importantly, how healing and clarity are always possible. Here is Gina Haras.
Thank you so much, Penny. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
Thank you. I came across your podcast and I loved it, and I've been listening to a few episodes.
Thank you so much for
Yes,
listening.
of course, Penny. Yes. So I wanted to talk to you about maybe an idea.
Yeah, that's great. Well,
Yes,
first, let's back up just a second. You are
of
in
course.
Mexico City, right?
I am. Yes, I'm in Mexico City.
That's wonderful. That's so exciting.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm in Sarasota, Florida.
Okay, very nice. I love
Yeah.
Florida.
Oh, yeah, me
Love
too.
it.
Yeah, thank you. Tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes, of course. I'm the owner of Luna Clinic, and it's basically like a therapy practice, but for women that have been through like narcissistic abuse, pretty much. Yes. Narcissistic abuse is like a very, booming subject. I decided to like open a space that was like mainly directed towards women that were experiencing that. And yeah, like I have a team of other people here in Mexico City, um, working with these people, and yeah, basically that's what I do.
That's really interesting. And
Yeah.
when I think about that, I feel like, wow, that there's a lot of pain behind that or a lot
Yeah.
of experience behind that. What
Exactly.
led you to do that? What led you to your practice?
I'm a therapist, and I had been working with people for a lot of years. But then, well, I personally went through that, and I was
Mm.
just like, it's time to like, open. I feel like I just felt like it was like my way of healing also in a way. And also, I just started talking to my friends about it, and a lot of them had gone through like similar experiences. And yeah, I started like reading about it, and then I decided to like get like an actual course on it. So I started like studying more about it and all of that, like the neuropsychology behind that. And yeah, I decided that it was a good idea to focus like on that specifically.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
out of some personal pain, you
Yeah.
wanted to help others.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So
Yes.
are you okay sharing what that means? I mean,
Yeah,
for those who
of
may not
course.
have experienced this or who may
Yeah.
not know what it is, can you tell us
Of
a little bit?
course. Yes, definitely. So basically, narcissistic abuse, well, being in a narcissistic abusive relationship is when you create this like trauma bond to someone. So instead of love, it kind of feels like love, but it's not love. It's basically being with someone that is avoidant, that doesn't meet your needs. But it creates like this cycle of addiction where you can think that you're in love with someone, but in reality, it's like addiction that you are in
Really?
because of this like validation need of like another person, and like maybe because you have like a childhood wound also of like
Mm.
abandonment, so like you need someone to be with you. So yes, it's deep.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like it. What
Hmm.
what would you like what
Yes.
kind of signs did you see or what I guess defines the narcissistic behavior?
Perfect. Yes. So like basically the signs are like there's covert narcissists and overt narcissism.
Mm.
So the overt narcissism is like people that are very overly attentive, like those people are super like charming. They seem like the perfect guy or girl also. It can also be with women. They just seem like amazing, perfect, super successful probably, but inside of the house they are another person. They are
Mm.
dismissive of people's feelings. They normally, well, yeah, they don't validate the other person. They create this feeling of like loneliness pretty much. Um, and then the covered ones, they are more like shy people. They're people that like they seem like a lot like more like shy, like good guy,
Hmm.
And but those people have like also like kind of like they call it like that dark triad. So basically they have like these characteristics of being not very sensitive to others, only care about like their needs, living in like their own world. So it's different what you experience with each type
Hmm.
of person. So yeah,
So,
that's mainly.
what makes it different? Don't we all kind of go through um, like moody periods, or how do you define, like, or how do you distinguish between, oh, he's just having a bad day, and wow, this guy has a problem? I mean, where do
Yes,
you?
exactly. That's a really good question, actually. So, well, moody period, yes, obviously we all have our times where like we can be a little bit mean or rude or whatever from time to time. But I think like when it is something when it's very clear, it's when it becomes like a pattern. When it's like a daily life. It's like
Mm.
a daily life thing, or when like a relationship should be kind of like the waves of the ocean where things are, yes, of course not everything is like steady and perfect, but it's also not like these like mountains, right? Like we're up
Mm.
here
Hmm.
and then we're down here. So I think that's like a good way to put it when like when you're experiencing like emotional abuse, like things can feel amazing or terrible, not never like kind of like in this like wave where like you can both like kind of manage that relationship. So I think like
Interesting.
that would be, yes,
Okay, sounds like a lot of drama.
a lot. Yes. It is a lot of drama. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. So
Um, so I may or may not have been married to one of those.
really? Oh my God.
Years and years
No.
and years ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, it was on looking back that you saw or that I saw the signs that, wow, we always did things that benefited him or that
Exactly.
he needed.
Hmm.
And it felt
Yes,
like this team effort in the moment, but
exactly.
when I look back, I was like, yeah, there was none of that.
No, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like that. If it's like super one-sided where like the other person just wants to, exactly like you mentioned it, you just want things for the other person and you are like you probably are very like empathetic and very kind and very nice. And
I
that's
try to
why,
be.
yes, yes. So like some people, that's like their target person.
Mm,
That like narcissistic people target people that are givers naturally. So you have the empath and you have the narcissist, and that's like a perfect match.
hmm. It's
Hmm.
really, with experience,
Yes.
you read people, I think, a lot better as you age, and like looking at, like I can spot a liar now a mile away.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it kind of a grooming process, do you feel like, when couples meet?
Definitely. I think like there's like a phase with narcissists that is like the love bombing phase. So
Mm,
at the beginning it can be amazing. And if you have like maybe like a low self-esteem, even if you're like a super nice giving person, if you are like in a point of your life where you're not, where your self-esteem isn't like that good, then it becomes like, wow, like this person is doing everything for me at the
hmm,
beginning. Because exactly like you said, it is a growing process. It's the love bombing and then devaluating.
wow.
Yes,
And a lot of lying and comes in too, right?
a
Some
lot.
gaslighting. Hmm.
Definitely, definitely gaslighting, a lot of like lies, and they build themselves up to be like the perfect person for anyone, not just for you, right? So, so yes, I think like it's like like it's very important to like notice these signs early so that people can leave
Yeah.
before it gets too close.
Uh-huh. Because it can be dangerous, right? If someone suddenly just, feels like they're losing control of another person.
Exactly. Exactly. It can definitely be dangerous. And also like there is also like let's say there's a lot of types of narcissism, but one, let's say it's malicious, right? So like the malicious narcissist is someone that can become aggressive physically and well obviously verbally, emotionally, etc. So like there's also like kind of levels of narcissism. So
Mm-hmm.
yes, it can definitely become dangerous.
Wow. Can you give us any specific examples of like what a narcissist might do or say, or have you encountered?
I have. Well, actually, well, I can tell you this because well, one of my patients has a very interesting story where she met a guy that was like the perfect guy. He was super cute, responsible, had an amazing family, apparently very good values, and also he was insanely rich, and he had this like super like crazy lifestyle. And what she was telling me is that at the beginning she told her parents like this is a guy I'm gonna marry, right?
Oh,
Because like this guy's
fairy
perfect.
tale.
Exactly, fairy tale type of person. And then from time to time, she started discovering that this guy was like mistreating other women, playing with her. He even tried to like choke one of his like ex-girlfriends. And these are people that had like a lot of power in the real estate industry.
Mm.
So that is like an example where like at the beginning everything looks like a fairy tale, but if there's nothing wrong with someone, if you can't find any flaws in someone, that's also a red flag.
Yeah, no
Because
one's perfect, right?
exactly, no one is perfect. So I think that's like a very good example of like, let's say an overt narcissist, that charming guy, handsome, super good family, affluent, like everything in order, and then realizing that that person is not the person that he's intending to be, like you said, with the lies, having like
Mhm.
another life, pretty much.
Wow.
Yes.
How does a how do you feel like that person became that way? I mean, what caused that person to do those things?
Okay. Yeah, that's a super good question. So normally narcissism is built when people have developmental issues like from their parents. So normally when like if it's a guy, if their mom like is very like they put them in a pedestal, let's say. They're like, oh
Yeah.
my God, you're so amazing, you're so great, like you're the king of the world and of life. People start developing like this identity around it. They start like thinking, oh, maybe yes, I am this amazing person and I have nothing wrong with me. And so that is one factor. There's also another factor, which is like maybe having like an overly controlling mother also. If it's a man, it comes from the mother normally,
Really?
developmentally, yes. And also, if the mom is a narcissist, most likely she will have kids that a kid that is also a narcissist.
Wow.
Hmm.
That's fascinating. I
Yes.
I have a hard time.
Yes.
First of all, I can totally see it. I have,
Yes.
I can witness that in, people I've encountered through my life. But at the
Yes.
same time, I have a hard time blaming a mom. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yes.
I mean, because
I
most of us do
understand.
the very best that we can. And I
Yeah.
mean, how do you juggle that?
So basically, I wouldn't say like it's 100% the mom's fault,
Uh-huh.
obviously, but normally like yes, when we are raising our kids and everything, like I think it's very important to also have like this sense of like yes, build a healthy self-esteem in the children,
Mm-hmm.
build a healthy self-esteem, but also not build them up like in a way where like you're flawless and like, like I'm gonna like you can do whatever you want with people because
Mm-hmm.
that's where it becomes like kind of like I'm showing you that you can manipulate other people into believing that you are the best thing that walked in this earth pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole different level.
Yes, exactly, exactly. It is. So obviously, yeah, as adults, you need to take responsibility of your own life and your own decisions for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it comes from developmental factors. It can also come from let's say past experiences. Like sometimes it's not necessarily in childhood experiences, sometimes it's later in life where people, let's say, if they've been rejected a lot, also if they experience like some kind of like rejection, narcissism is a way of like protecting themselves against like that rejection also.
Oh, like a false elevation of their own ego.
Exactly like that.
Wow.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yes.
if you're
Yes.
a person that's maybe single and dating, what are some of the signs that you should look for?
Well, I think some of the signs you should look for is, first of all, love bombing. So, like, the first thing is like look for someone that is naturally drawn to you, but not necessarily does this big, like, huge elements of like, oh, I brought you like this 200 roses on the first date. Like, exactly, like you said, grooming, right? Or like, I'm going to take you to Cabo next weekend after we've met 2 times, you know? Things like that are clear indicators of that's not necessarily a course of our relationship. When things don't have its natural pace, I think that's like a very big red flag. Um, I also think when you start well, as you said, lies, if you catch them on even like a small lie, I think
Mm-hmm.
at the early beginning, well, lies are not really, I mean, they're not a good thing in a relationship, but less so at the beginning because you're trying to like get to know this person. So if someone lies about even small things, if you catch them in a lie or two, I think like those are like clear indicators that something isn't right.
Mm.
Obviously, there's also, well, that DSM-5, which is like the manual of disorders, has like that criteria specifically for knowing who is a narcissist. So yeah, I can tell you in a minute, but yes, someone that doesn't have empathy.
Oh,
A narcissist can't be, they can't be in your shoes. If you're suffering, going through a hard time, and that person can't continue in a way.
really? They don't understand other people's suffering?
Exactly.
Is that
Exactly.
always the case?
With narcissism,
Uh-huh.
yes. It's an
Wow.
indicator. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's very interesting. Are
Yes.
there other things that are always the case with a narcissist?
So the lack of empathy is definitely one. It is I think lies also are something to look out for. And they follow the same pattern of love bombing and devaluation of the other person. Like that is also something that always happens. So they also can make you feel like you're amazing. And if we have low self-esteem, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so then awesome. I have someone that actually thinks that I'm worth it. And if you don't
Mm-hmm.
think that you're worth it, then you will attract these kind of persons into your
Wow.
life. Yes. They also, so these people also think, as I told you, they dream of like success, of like infinite success. They can so like let's say if they have like a good job, but they will tell you that they have the best job in the world, let's say. Um they have this grandiose feeling, like you said. They are like maybe like arrogant, and they, let's say, they fantasize about having like success, power, like they have this like fantasious idea of what their life is or should look like.
Mm. Wow. Okay. So it sounds very much to me like
Yes.
we should really take care of being our best selves. I mean, this is kind of a no-brainer, right? I mean, but it's easier to say than it is to actually do or be. You know, if you're your very best self when you meet your forever person, then you're not going to be fooled by some of these things.
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
You
How
will.
do you recommend that, well, women especially, but anyone prepare themselves to be the best selves?
Well, I think like to be your best self, I think the most important thing is to be authentic, to really get to know yourself, like to figure out what you like and what you don't like, to work on yourself enough to have a healthy self-esteem, also to know how to receive from other people, not only giving all that time, but also to receive. And I think also, obviously, definitely taking care of yourself, your body, like a mind, body, soul
Mm.
restructuring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think like that would be very important to always be surrounded by people that you know have good intentions with you
Uh-huh.
and that make you feel safe. So the body never lies. If someone isn't making you feel safe, you will start feeling maybe a very fast heartbeat. You will start feeling like something isn't right. And sometimes it's good to listen to your intuition also.
Very much so.
Yes, definitely.
So true.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it feels very much like there's a cycle. Like you're like you were saying, the mother often, praises the son to the point where it's nothing can be done wrong by this person, this little boy that grows up to be
Exactly.
this person. And then it perpetuates itself, right? Because it's the cycle, like it's what you learned as a kid. And like maybe as a woman going into that thinking that, oh my gosh, he's got all these things going for him. Look at how complimentary he is. Look at his great job and how all these things that are happening for him. And you fall into that. So you've been, somewhere along the line, raised in a way that makes you more empathetic and maybe not so aware of these things that could cause a problem down the road. So breaking out of that cycle just seems like such an important step for our children, for our next generations. And your clinic and you and your therapists are trying to make a dent in that, right?
Yes, yes, we are trying to change that in like that way that we experience relationships, and also like you said, making like women and men also, because it's not like an exception that only men are narcissists. There's also a lot of women
Mm-hmm.
that have these narcissistic traits. So yeah, like just mainly, as you said, building their best self and building their self-confidence to a point where they can be like picking healthy relationships, picking healthy partners, because also the empath also has like this unhealthy side where like exactly they don't think they're enough. So that's
Mm-hmm.
what they need to be doing.
Wow. And how do you work with people, and especially women, to feel more healthy and whole?
Well, we always talk about like their history, the root of their history, how their childhood was like, what relationship pattern they're following, what kind of wound they have. Sometimes they have an abandonment wound, a betrayal wound. So we see what kind of wound they have to work with that specifically. That is like the most important thing, to like kind of heal their also inner child in order to make better decisions in their adult life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that is like where we start from. That is like the starting point for us.
When women come to you, are they in a state where they've been with a narcissist, or I mean, what kind of people do you work with typically?
Yes. So normally I work with people that have been with a narcissist or people that are in a narcissistic relationship and they can't leave, because that's also very typical of like a narcissistic relationship. So
Mm.
some women become addicted to this person, and even though mentally they know that it's not right for them, they struggle to emotionally leave because they've invested so much time, energy, love.
Ah, there it
So
is.
yes, I think yes, exactly. Exactly. So sometimes it's also that it's like, how do I leave that relationship when I love this person so much and we have some amazing moments, and it's not easy. It's not easy to leave or just say like, "Oh, well, just leave." No. It's a process, and it's a grieving process also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And once you have the strength to leave, then it's the rebuilding and trying to
Exactly.
figure out what happened and how, here's this smart individual who chose that and
Hmm.
stayed in that and kept choosing that.
Exactly. Exactly.
Takes a while to figure that all out.
I agree. I agree. And then it comes like with a lot of like self-blame also, like, why am I picking this or why am I doing this? But it's like it's not about asking why, it's more about asking well, yes, why do I deserve to be with someone like that if I'm not that, if I have other traits that make me like someone that I can give, someone that can, be a good partner. But what am I lacking within myself that I'm choosing this?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I would have met you like 30 years ago.
Me too. Me too, Penny. Me too. I was a baby 30 years ago, but yes.
I was not.
Yes.
But yeah, I had to go through the experience, I think, and figure it all out. But and I did, thankfully. I'm like in a
Good.
very wonderful relationship now. My husband, we've been married for 20 years and he's
Mhm.
amazing. But yeah, I went through some things.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm glad that you're married and
Yeah,
happy
thank
now.
you. Well,
Yes.
how interesting that we connected.
Yes. Very.
There's a reason for everything.
Yes, there is. I agree. I so
Yeah.
agree.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. What other things do you want us to know about what you do?
Um, well, I think that an important thing is that there's always a path to healing. Like it's never like just a lot of people choose like the path of staying there or being like, well, I had a patient and she was just like, I'm already 60 years old. What am I gonna do? I have no financial independence. I don't love this person. I know that they've been treating me like this, but I don't know what to do. And like the best thing I can say is like there's always a way out. No matter what age you're at or what stage in your life you're at, if you have kids or not with this person, like it's always a good time to like restart and reset your life whenever you
Hmm.
want to. So,
Well, and that's something that I coach my clients on too, is it's never too late. It's never too late to start that thing that's been, you know, chirping at you, or that thing that you want to do, that passion you want to follow. And by the same token, it's not too late to fix what is hurt,
mhm,
fix what's broken and to feel whole. I mean, you
exactly.
deserve that.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. So I think like the best thing you can do is that and also, well, yes, I have right now about 5 years doing this, which is like a good amount of time. And I would like to, like get my business outside of Mexico City only. We do
Uh-huh.
online consultations too, but I would like for more people to like come to us to, that people that are struggling with this to come to us and like know that there is like a clear path that they can follow.
That's amazing. So, how would you work with someone who's not in Mexico City?
Yes. So basically, online with like via
Hmm.
Meet sessions, and we would like send like the workbook through like email or WhatsApp or something like that. I think
Okay.
it does work exactly like the same way. And we also have like my therapists also speak like English, and I think it would be easy to do.
You could reach a lot of people.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
That's that's a really, I just feel like that's so important for people to know that there is somewhere that you can go for help and, to get clarity and work through some things.
Mm-hmm.
So do you offer a program, or is it therapy basically, or do you have like a class that you teach?
So it's like a mix, I would say. It's a
Okay.
program. It's like a program to like follow through that is based on cognitive behavioral therapy. So it does have like a scientific background because that's what I like. I think like sometimes you can't just say like, oh, we're gonna just do that and not have like like a base, like a line base. So we do have like a strict program that we follow. But we are also flexible with the story behind it because everyone
Mm.
has their unique story. So I do follow a program, but at the same time, we have this flexibility of knowing where that wound comes from and also talk about like past experiences. So I follow mainly CBT with a little bit of like a psychodynamic perspective of the past of that person.
Okay. CBT.
Yes, cognitive behavioral
Oh,
therapy.
thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
No worries, no worries, no, sorry. Yes, so the CBT program is the one that is like to leave the I have two programs, one to leave the narcissistic relationship and one to heal from the narcissistic
Mm-hmm.
relationship. So those are the two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very necessary to
Yes.
heal from it so you don't do it again.
Exactly, exactly. Because a lot of people do it again, fall into the same pattern if they haven't healed. So yes.
Right. Right. You only you get out what you put in, or you get back what you put into it, into any relationship or into anything that you do. That's
Mm-hmm.
another thing that I talk about in with my clients is that your business only grows as fast as you do. So it's kind of the same concept where, if you're not healed from the past relationship, you're not going to go into the next one with a healthy outlook.
No, exactly. Exactly. That's why like I'm a firm believer that if you leave a relationship, it doesn't matter if it was healthy or unhealthy, but there is like a time that you have to set for yourself. You can't go into another relationship because you will bring out the problems that you had in your last one, probably.
Hmm. Yeah, and attract the wrong person, right?
Exactly. And it
Yeah.
does attract the wrong person. Because if you're not healed, you attract someone that is also not healed.
Wow. So
Yeah.
true.
Yes, I think so. I think so. So yes, and also like I think like personally I wanted to do this because it was my way of healing through it in a way.
Hmm.
And yeah, and it's been for me like life-changing to be honest.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
And that just, I feel like a lot of us get into our line of work based on healing something from our own past. And it's that personal story, that connection that we can offer. So it makes it real. That's what that gives us
Exactly.
the passion to help others because we've been through it and we know what it's like on the other side.
Exactly. I agree. I agree. If you've been through it, then it's easier for you to like empathize with other people. So yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
exactly like
If
that.
you're not a narcissist.
Exactly. You're not a narcissist. Exactly. If you're not a narcissist. That's funny. Yes. So yeah, I think that's all on my side. I think that yeah, I told you basically all of it.
Well, very good.
Yes.
Um, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you want to share?
Um, I don't think so.
Okay, how can people find you?
So I have a well, I'm on Red Tera, which is like a therapist website. I'm
Okay,
there. So yes. And I have my company webpage also.
okay.
So yes.
Can you email those to
Yes,
me and I
of
will make
course.
sure to put those in the show notes and let people know
Yes,
how to get to you and stuff?
definitely. Definitely.
Awesome. Thank you.
Perfect, of course.
Um, okay,
Yes.
can I switch gears on you a little bit?
Yes, definitely. Please do.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Because so you've been listening to my podcast, so you know that at the end of every episode, I love to ask my guests, what's your favorite cocktail or glass of wine?
Aperol spritz.
Aperol spritz.
I love Aperol spritz. I don't know why. It's
That's
always
one of
been
my
my
favorites.
favorite.
Yeah, I
Yours?
love that.
Yes.
Especially in your hot climate, it's just so refreshing.
I know. I know, Penny. Yours?
That ranks right up there, especially on a hot day. Aperol
Mm,
spritz
yes.
depends on my mood, depends on the day, the weather, all the
Yes.
things. But that ranks right up there. I love a good dirty martini. That's
Very
kind of a Christmas thing for me.
nice. It's almost Christmas.
I know. Pretty soon
Yes.
it'll be getting chillier, and that'll I'll pop out the gin and vodka and make a yeah. Okay, so I it's so weird. My husband and I love dirty martinis, but he likes his gin. I like mine vodka.
Okay.
So we kind of mix them up a little bit. So I'll have like 2/3 vodka and just a splash of gin, and he'll have the other way around. He'll have more gin and just a little bit of vodka and
Nice.
picky.
No, that's nice. That's so good. That's really good. Yeah, I love Aperol Spritz. Since like college, I've been drinking Aperol Spritz. I don't know
Yes.
why.
Oh, they're so nice though. Just
Yeah.
yeah. So what's a favorite memory sharing Aperol spritz?
Um, well, I remember when I studied abroad in London for a bit,
Nice.
and
Hmm.
I went with I have like four best friends that I made there, and I remember we did like this like exhausting hike, and after the hike we just like we were just super tired, and I was like I don't want water, like I need a drink from the exhaustion that I was going through. So I think that would be one of my favorite memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to celebrate making it.
Exactly, to celebrate making it and to exactly just to be relaxed after the
Where
hike.
was the hike?
It was in Winchester, very close to London. We
Okay.
went to Winchester, that is like a small town outside of London.
Okay.
Yeah, so we hiked up like a mountain, which was like, I don't know, we took like maybe 7, 8 hours hiking.
Oh my gosh.
So
You earned that.
it was a lot. It was a lot, I think, I think. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yes.
Oh, that's fun though.
Yeah,
And
it
your
was good.
college buddies, I mean, there's nothing like your friends from college.
Yes. I like them. I love them. I still like keep in touch with them all the time. So yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Very
Penny.
cool.
Yeah.
Is there anything else I feel like I am forgetting to ask you something and I just don't know what it is.
Mm, let me think. Um, I don't know. I don't think so. Yes,
This has
but
been very fascinating.
thank you. Same with you. And how did you start the podcast? I was gonna ask you.
Oh, yeah, I started it a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when I wanted to, almost exactly 2 years ago, I wanted
Yeah.
to, um well, at the time I was doing wine tastings,
Okay.
and I was wanting to meet more people that loved wine and share a
Oh,
little bit about what I know and kind of have fun with it, a little bit, get
yes.
to know some, and I wanted to tell women's stories too.
Of course.
And then um that later that year, like within another about a month, the company that I
Mm-hmm.
was working for doing the wine tastings folded. They changed the
Okay.
business model and then went out of business. So I thought, oh
God.
gosh, if I have this
Yeah.
podcast.
Yes, of course.
So it's been a
That's
great
awesome.
way to kind of meet women and tell their stories. And from that, I've
Yeah.
taken like the wine business and done, I have a wine retreat now called Wine Camp.
Wow.
So
That's
fun.
awesome.
Yeah. And I coach women. I coach women, but the job that I had before with the wine company, I had a
Yeah.
team of women working under me that were, that I would help get them started and create their
Yes.
goals and help them move forward.
That's
And
awesome.
I wanted to keep doing that. So so
Tell me
that's kind of how
more.
the what the podcast has led to.
Yes. That's awesome, Penny. That's so nice.
Yeah. Thank
And that
you.
wine camp, where is it?
Next year it's going to be
Oh,
in the Finger Lakes region of New York.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
upstate New
awesome.
York. Yeah, up in the western part of New York with the it's big Riesling country.
Yes.
Riesling and Cab Franc. But yeah, I'm really excited to share that experience with wonderful women.
Of course. Yeah, that's awesome. That's really, really cool. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so glad we connected.
Me too. Me too, Penny. Very happy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much
Uh-huh.
for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. Have a great
So
rest of your day.
you too have a great day and I will see you soon.
Okay.
Take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. That's a wrap on this episode of Penny for Your Shots. If you loved today's conversation, don't let the inspiration stop here. Get my weekly insider updates straight to your inbox. It's where I spill behind the scenes goodies, exclusive tips, and all the fun stuff I don't always share on the podcast. Sign up now at pennyforyourshots.com/insider. I'll see you in your inbox next Thirsty Thursday. Cheers!